Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a triple berry chocolate cake. So let's get started. First, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Then lightly grease 3 8-inch round cake pans. Line them with a circle of parchment paper and set them aside for now. To make the chocolate cake, in a large mixing bowl, add in the sugar, flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, baking soda, and salt, and whisk them until they're well combined. Then add in the eggs, milk, canola or vegetable oil, and vanilla extract, and whisk them until they're combined. Try not to overmix the batter. Then add in the boiling water and mix it in until it's combined. Pour the batter evenly into the prepared cake pans. Shake and tap each pan a few times to get rid of any big air bubbles. And bake them in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. When they're done, remove them from the oven and let them cool completely. To make the frosting, add the unsweetened chocolate chips or chopped chocolate bar into a heat-proof bowl and heat it in the microwave until it's melted, stirring it every 15 to 30 seconds to make sure it's heating evenly. Once it's melted, set it aside and let it cool. Then in a medium or large bowl, add in the softened butter and beat it with an electric mixer on high speed for 3 minutes until it's light and pale. Then sift in about half of the powdered sugar. Start off mixing it by hand. Then beat it with the electric mixer on high speed for 2 minutes. Then sift in the rest of the powdered sugar. Mix it by hand at first. Add in a tablespoon or 2 of heavy cream or milk to loosen it up. Then beat it with the electric mixer until it's well combined. Then add in the melted chocolates from earlier. Make sure it's not hot when you add it in. And beat it in until it's combined. Then add in more heavy cream or milk, 1 tablespoon at a time, until it reaches a frosting-like consistency. and add in the vanilla extract. Mix it in until it's combined. And finish it by hand to mix in all the ingredients. Then to make the berry compote, thaw the frozen berries completely. I'm using strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries. The quickest way to thaw them is to spread them out flat on a sheet pan, lined with aluminum foil to make it easier. Make sure the aluminum foil is coming up the sides too. And let them thaw at room temperature for about an hour or two until they're completely thawed. Once they're completely thawed, pour them into a strainer to drain out the juice. Press them down to release as much of the juice as possible. Set aside the berries for now. Then measure out 1/4 cup of the drained juice. If there's not enough juice, then top it off with water. Then add it into a small saucepan. And add in the sugar. Mix them until they're combined. And place it onto the stove over a medium heat and heat it until all the sugar is dissolved and the mixture just starts to simmer. Meanwhile, in a small bowl, add in the cornstarch and cold water. And whisk them really well until they're combined and there are no lumps. Once the juice mixture just starts to simmer, add in the cornstarch and water mixture, and mix it constantly over the heat until it thickens and becomes clear. Then remove it from the heat and add in the lemon juice and the berries, and mix them together until they're combined. And set it aside and let it cool completely. Once the cakes are completely cooled, run a butter knife around the edges to loosen them from the pans. Turn them out of the pans. Remove the parchment paper and trim the tops so they're flat. Then spread a little frosting onto the cake board so the cake sticks to it. Add the first cake layer, making sure it's centered. Spread on a thin layer of frosting. Pipe a border around the edges to stop the filling from coming out the sides. Add on some of the berry compote. Place the second cake layer on top of it. Spread on a thin layer of frosting. Pipe a border around the edges. Add some of the berry compote. And place the last cake layer upside down on the top so the top is nice and flat. Then cover the whole cake in a thin layer of frosting. This is the crumb coat, which will stop any crumbs from showing on the outside of the cake. Don't worry about how it looks at this point, just cover the whole cake in a thin layer of frosting. Then place the cake into the fridge for 30 minutes or the freezer for 10 minutes until the frosting is set and no longer sticky. Then remove it from the fridge or freezer. And cover the cake in another layer of frosting, smoothing it out as best as you can. If there's still some frosting left over, pipe a frosting design around the top and bottom sides of the cake. Then if you like, top the cake with some fresh berries. And that's how to make a triple berry chocolate cake. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I have so many more on my channel, so be sure to check them out and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.